What it do? Dream Team, it's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with our guy Nalf once again. The truth about German pride and patriotism. I'm very intrigued to learn about this, and before we do that, I need you to dive into that subscribe button, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media, Patreon, all up top. You don't subscribe to any of it? Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. What we got now? And if you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then you gotta hit him with the Texas pledge. I honor the Texas flag. I forgot the Texas pledge. One state, under God, one and indivisible. I forgot the Texas one. All right, keep it going, my bad.
For all. What I just recited was the Pledge of Allegiance of the United States. Currently, 47 of the 50 states in the U.S. require some version of the Pledge of Allegiance to be said, allowing for certain exemptions for staff and students who don't want to participate. So I grew up saying this in school at the start of each school day since I was 5 years old. I never thought anything of it.
And I'm talking about looking for little flags and wherever they got the flag at. Sometimes you got the teachers got a poster flag. Sometimes they got a little mini flag hanging in the corner of the room. And you just looking for the flag in school. You like, where the flag at? And you find the flag and you pledge allegiance to it every day.
School at the start of each school day since I was 5 years old. I never thought anything of it until I moved outside of the U.S. More on this later. But first, we have to turn our attention to Germany. One thing that is pretty typical for Americans to notice when they come to Germany is the absence of German flags flying everywhere. In the USA, you see American flags everywhere. Not just literally the flag flying, but the image of the flag everywhere, on t-shirts, on hats, on bumper stickers, on keychains, on phone cases. There's a whole American flag merch industry. But in Germany, it's incredibly rare to see the German flag. I can think of one building in Schwäbisch Hall that is consistently flying a German flag. So this building right here is basically town hall or city hall, and you'll see there's no German flag on it. In the States, this would absolutely have an American flag. Okay,
it might have multiple American flags, to be honest. Might have multiple in the States.
On it. In the States, this would absolutely have an American flag. Okay, back to the Pledge of Allegiance. This is totally normal in the United States, but this would never happen in Germany. After getting to know a lot of Germans, they find this to be creepy indoctrination, which looking back on it now, I can kind of see that. I had a really interesting conversation with my friend Riley about this subject.
American flags all over a lot of houses, American flag merch and stuff. And in Germany, I mean...
Which I don't know, I find it interesting just because it's like, I understand the fear, the history behind it, but like, it wasn't that flag.
Right.
So that seems like it should be a symbol that they should re-energize around and
Oh, I like that a lot.
You know what I mean?
Because I think right now...
That's a good point. It wasn't that flag. You do make a good point, my guy. You do make a good point. And when they say like a creepy indoctrination, when you look at it from the outside, because like you said, you grow up with it, you do it every day. You don't think anything of it. It's just something that you do. It's a routine, basically, at that point. Something that, but then when you think about it and look at it from an outside perspective, like that's a little cult, like that's a little. You pledging your allegiance to the United States of America every single day of your life, like. Yeah, that might be a little creepy indoctrination. I ain't gonna lie. I admit that.
Energize around and
Oh, I like that a lot.
You know what I mean?
Because I think right now,
symbol of change.
When people see a German flag, they kind of feel like, oh, because of that. But really, it's a different flag representing the change.
And maybe that's just me, because when I see a German flag, I just think Germany.
Yeah.
So if we're judging patriotism on flags and Pledge of Allegiance, then it appears from the outside that Germany has no pride in its country. But this is not the case. Germans actually are proud and patriotic. Start talking about beer or cars or soccer. Germans will get patriotic real quick. But it's a different kind.
Shout out to Germany for making a stand against FIFA this year, man. What they're doing in Qatar is wrong. I'm going to react to some games. I'm going to be around because my boy Ronaldo's playing. But I do big shout out to Germany for making a stand. I really respect
cars or soccer. Germans will get patriotic real quick. But it's a different kind of patriotism. So let's talk about it. But first, a quick message from our sponsor who's become a huge supporter of my YouTube channel, CyberGhost VPN. Yeah, so anyway, back to the online privacy stuff. You're using a VPN, right?
Sponsor, guys.
Nah. Oh man, you gotta use CyberGhost. It's one of the world-leading VPNs and it protects and encrypts all your data online. Okay, but does it do anything else? Yeah, I mean, besides privacy and protecting your data, you can also use face. German patriotism, if you want to call it that, is quiet. It's subtle. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious to think, okay, because of the history of World War II, Germans can be uncomfortable with any sort of showing of patriotism or flag flying. I had a conversation with my old football coach of the Unicorns, Ziggy. He's in his 50s now, but he remembers growing up that you would really never ever see the German flag. It's only now in sort of the younger generations that people are being a little bit more comfortable with the German flag, especially showing around times like this, World Cup time. These are really sort of the only times where you will see German flags being flown on people's cars or from their balcony. It's super interesting to have a conversation with a German about this topic, because a lot of times if you ask a German, hey, are you proud to be German? They'll say, why should I be proud? I was just born in the country by coincidence. I didn't accomplish the things that the country has accomplished. Why should I feel proud?
And that's true. That's always true. That's true. See, and I know I'm just give me a little 30-second rant. That's all I need. And I say this point when it comes to like immigration and it's like people wanting to go to different countries for a better life. It's like I did nothing. You did nothing to be born in the country that you are. You were just born there by coincidence. You did nothing to be, if you're in a great country, to be in a great country. If you're in a bad country, you didn't do anything to be born in a bad country. And so for people to like, I don't know, I feel like for countries to not allow people to come in from different countries that are in search of a better life, I don't like that. And for people to get mad about other people wanting to come into their country, I don't like this. Like, bro, like you did nothing to be born in your country, in the country that you're born in. All right, but keep it going. My bad. I'm sorry. Just had to go on a little rant.
I didn't accomplish the things that the country has accomplished. Why should I feel proud? And this is a pretty common response. And if you look at the dictionary definition of proud, it says, feeling deep pleasure or satisfaction as a result of one's own achievements, qualities, or possessions, or those of someone with whom one is closely associated. Which this is super interesting because I would say that I feel proud of my family members when they accomplish something. But also I am closely associated with them, and you could argue that I had some sort of influence on their life, therefore having a right to feel pride in their achievements. This matches up fine with that definition. But I would also say I feel proud of people that I am not closely associated with. Say there's like an old friend that I lost contact with 15 years ago, and I see them from afar on social media accomplishing their lifelong goals, and I had nothing to do with it. I was not an influence. I had nothing to do with it. Haven't talked to them in 17 years. I feel proud of them. Now, I'm speaking super generally here, so relax if you don't apply to this, but I would say, in my opinion, Germans draw a line much closer than Americans do on who they allow themselves to feel like they are associated with. I feel Americans, on average, are more apt to feel an association with another American, and therefore find a way to feel pride in their accomplishments. So there's this pretty popular
That's interesting to think about. Americans allow themselves to associate more with other Americans and therefore feel accomplishment feel pride and proud for their accomplishments. That's very interesting. Yeah, I think in America it's like kind of goes back to the beginning, like the pledge and then other things. You're like kind of like indoctrinated like to feel proud of the country, like because coming up like it's every single day it's being pumped into you to be proud of America. You're being told America's the greatest country. America's so awesome. America's amazing. And so that kind of pride for your country is kind of like pumped into you from a young age, and it's pumped into you daily. And so I'd say that's a reason like so many Americans feel pride in America. It's like it's in you, like it's instilled in you. All right, keep it going.
Find a way to feel pride in their accomplishments. So there's this pretty popular post on Reddit that sums this issue up pretty well. And it says, Germans are patriotic. In America, you show patriotism by attaching a full-size U.S. flag on your pickup truck, or singing the national anthem before every single baseball game. In Germany, we show patriotism by voting for higher taxes on ourselves to make healthcare and college tuition universally accessible to our less fortunate fellow citizens, and by picking up after one another to keep public spaces clean and nice for everyone. There's two quotes that I very much like, and it's that Americans will say that they are proud to be American, and Germans will say they are glad to be German. It's a different, carefully chosen word. Another great saying that I've heard quite often and I really like is, Germans are proud to not be proud. This fits the German mentality perfectly. What's super interesting to me, though, is all of this subtlety and delicacy melts away when you start talking about regional pride in Germany. It's as if the Holy Roman Empire never ceased to exist. You go to Bavaria and you'll see Bavarian flags everywhere, Bavarian flag merch, and when you ask a person from Bavaria if they're German, they'll say, no, I'm Bavarian. Think about Cologne and Dusseldorf. This is one of the biggest regional rivalries in Germany. The rivalry is currently played out with sporting events and talking shit about one another's beer and culture, but the roots of the rivalry go way back. It's way deep. Some say the Battle of Wuringen on June 5th, 1288 is what started this rivalry. Deep roots, which is much older than the current country of Germany as we know it today. And there are tons of examples of this throughout Germany, of regional rivalries. It even goes village by village, of small villages which have a couple hundred or 1,000 people who have a huge, long-time rivalry with the next village. But like I said, this goes way back before the formation of modern-day Germany. It's like it's so deep-rooted. And this is why I think that the regional pride is so much more outward-facing, loud, more similar to American pride. So guys,
so it's not like proud. I guess more pride in your country. It's more so pride in the region of the country that you're living in. I can understand that. I can understand.
Outward facing, loud, more similar to American pride. So guys, I'm incredibly interested to hear your perspectives on this, whether you are a German or American or from some other country. Really curious to see what people think about this. So please let me know in the comments. And just want to give one more shout out to the sponsor of today's video, CyberGhost VPN. If you're looking for a great VPN at a great price, check them out with the link in the description. And there is a 45-day money-back guarantee. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time.
His videos are always so dope. Always so fun to watch. Always interesting. Always learn something, but I'm also always entertained. I rock with it. And I feel like I learned some things about pride, German pride and patriotism. I love this. Said Americans show pride by putting flags everywhere and saying the national anthem before every baseball game. It's just kind of like screaming how proud they are of their country. Germans show their pride by voting for higher taxes on themselves to help out their fellow citizen who's less fortunate, for making sure public spaces are clean. You know what I'm saying? Caring about the environment there and stuff like that. I love that. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, give the video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. And if you got a favorite video suggestion, Subscribe to Patreon. Drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D Neal. Out.